Hi everyone, it's Laura, and I'm here subbing our gentle class this morning from home. Janine is leading the gentle class in the studio today, but we wanted to be sure we had a live stream available for anyone who wanted to practice at home with us. So I'll give everyone just a moment to hop on here, and also wanted to say hello to anyone who is catching this as a replay. We're so glad that you're able to join us virtually at a time that works best for you. Hey Cynthia, I'm so glad you're here. I'm subbing for Kara at home, and Janine is subbing for Kara in the studio today. But we have a really nice gentle sequence planned for you. If you do have some props at home, they're always helpful but not required. So for today's class, I do have a couple blocks. You can also roll up a towel or use some books. And then if you have a couple pillows handy, those may be nice. What we're going to do is begin in our easy seat. So whenever you're ready, let's have a seat. And if you don't mind, just give me a thumbs up if you can see and hear me okay. And I'll do my best to project here. I'm gonna grab some water. We just finished our morning bar class. So I've had just a couple minutes to cool down here in between. But hello to whoever's popped on. Oh, thank you, Cynthia. I'm glad that the audio and the sound are coming through okay. Let's take our time here to find your space on the mat. Maybe that looks like an easy seat or your legs in front, whatever's most comfortable for you. I like to place my hands on the tops of the knees and then really hone in on my posture. So I want to lengthen through the spine and the crown of the head. Imagine a string is pulling you up, then softening the shoulders a bit. And finding your breath. Noticing each inhalation and exhalation. And knowing that your body is always working to keep you safe and healthy. It's busy in the background. Once you've found your breath, maybe begin to slow down each inhalation and exhalation. Place a hand on the heart and another on the abdomen. Feeling that belly expand and contract. The chest rise and fall. Giving yourself this time here today to be present and soothe your mind and your nerves. Knowing that this is a safe space for you to be at ease. Let's bring hands to heart center. And with the eyes still closed, allow an intention to come forward. Maybe more patience, forgiveness, playfulness, creativity. And after you've set your intention, and keeping in mind that you want to do what's right for your body today, we're going to move into some side bends, connecting breath with body. So make sure you've got room here. Let's place the right palm on the mat, or on the floor beside the mat. Little bend of the elbow. Left arm comes up. And we take a bend to the side Inhaling up, exhaling other side. Inhaling up and exhaling right. Let's inhale up and exhale left. Feels good to gently move side to side. Taking your time with each inhale and exhale. Maybe the forearm comes lower down onto the floor as you deepen your side bends. We have 2 more each side. And last one each side. Coming back to your easy seat, tall through the spine. We're going to open up the neck a little bit. So what I'd like you to do is bring that right ear towards the right shoulder. You'll feel a nice stretch down the left side of the neck. You can hang here, using your breath to sink deeper into the stretch. And then if you'd like, we'll send that right arm out and then cup the ear, bringing the other ear closer to the shoulder. No strain here, just a gentle stretch. And release, pausing here at center, and we'll repeat to the other side. Left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe send that arm out and cup the ear. Gently release and come back up. Now we're going to interlace the fingers, and I want you to bring them under the chin. We're working on a thyroid massage here. So we're bringing the elbows up and taking an inhale. When we exhale, we're looking up slightly and bringing the elbows together, feeling a massage. So we inhale, elbows come up, chin is neutral. Exhale, lift the chin, elbows coming together. Notice the sensations along the front and back of the neck. 3 more, nice and slow. And 1. Back to neutral, and hands come down. We're ready for some cat-cow breaths here. So you can keep your easy seat and place the hands on top of the knees. After you exhale, we're going to inhale, pull that chest as we open the heart and lift the chin slightly. Exhale, curve the spine, arms long, tuck the tail. So this is one option. You can also send those arms out to a T. Inhale, pull the arms back. Exhale, reach the arms forward. Experiment today and see what feels best. You may enjoy the heart opening with the arms to a T. We'll take 3 more wherever you are. And 1. Working the wrists a little today. What we're gonna do is send those arms out, palms are down, and then we're making little fists. So we're gonna circle out for 8. You may hear a little cracking or popping. No pain here. Then bring those arms back down to rest. And send them back up. We're reversing the circles, coming in and 2. Very good. Ready to set up for some gentle twists here. I'm avoiding twisting, but I'm going to talk you through it. So we'll send those arms up, palms are facing one another. Then you're going to twist to the right, so the left hand comes outside of the right knee and the right arm reaches back. You're going to take a bigger twist if it's comfortable for you, and maybe even look over that back shoulder or find a position that's comfortable for your neck. So you'll want to find the twist that feels best for your spine health today. And breathe. Arms coming back up. Send the shoulders down, and we'll reverse. Choosing what feels best on this side as well. Maybe looking over the shoulder. You don't have to. Fingers are light on the mat. A big twist or a tiny twist. Arms coming back up and resting on the knees. Now we've got the legs crossed. Just pay attention to the leg that's in the front. So we're going to reach those arms out, palms are down, and then very gently begin to hinge forward and see if your fingers can find the mat. You'll feel a nice stretch in that hip of the front leg. And we want to stay here. Maybe look down at the mat to protect the neck. And come back up. Other leg in front. Extend those arms. And another nice hinge forward. And back up. Good work. We want to roll the shoulders a little. So you can do this from an easy seat or from kneeling. I prefer to kneel for the shoulder work, and it's up to you. You can fold the mat and then let those arms hang heavy from your seat or from kneeling. And we're going to take the shoulders back right and left for 8 and 7. 4 more here. And now let's reverse. Nice and slow, generous with your circles. Releasing tension. 3 and 2 and 1. Unfold the mat, and we're moving on to thread the needle. Now, if you do have sensitive knees, you can always stay in your seat and bring that right arm across the neck, grabbing above or below the elbow, or patting yourself on the back, okay? But otherwise, we are going to come to all fours. Fingers are wide, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tabletop, flatten the back, and then the right arm reaches up, and we thread it under the left. The cheek comes down to the mat to rest, Gently pressing up, and we'll repeat on the other side. Send that left arm up or bring it across the neck and twist. And press back up. We'll take a few cat-cow breaths here from your easy seat or all fours. After your next exhale, we inhale, open the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, tuck the tail and spine. Working with your breath, careful with your neck. Three more times. Last time. And we're in a neutral position here. Into our tabletop. If a downward facing dog is in your practice, we do have time to take one today. So I'm going to turn to my side here. You can stay where you are, but we're going to keep those fingers wide and tuck the toes as we send the hips up towards the ceiling. Stretching biceps a few inches from the ears. Maybe sway side to side or pedal the heels out. And then when you're ready, back down to your tabletop. And we want to stretch the back of the legs. So if you're not comfortable on all fours, you can always take a half a wing and hinge forward on the right and then the left. But otherwise, let's step that right foot back. The ball of the foot is pressing into the mat, and we're feeling a nice stretch in the calf. And if you'd like to build a little heat, what we're gonna do is lift that back leg, flex the foot, the toes are pointing down. You can keep both hands on the mat here or reach the opposite arm forward into a balancing table. And then when you're ready, the hand comes down. We press into the ball of the foot and stretch one more time. And let's set up for the other side. Maybe wiggle the hips. Stepping back with the left foot, ball of the foot pressing in, heel going back, still lifted. Wrists are under the shoulders if you need to adjust your alignment. And then if you'd like, lift that leg up, toes pointing down. Extend the opposite arm, palm down. Balancing table on this other side. Hand comes down. Press the ball of the foot in for one more stretch. And we're back in your tabletop. Now look over the shoulder towards the hip or towards the heel. Other way, wagging your dog. Back over to the right. Hand over to the left. And from here, I'd like you to come onto your bottom. And we're going to work on a gentle forward fold. So we are sending the legs forward. If you have a couple pillows or a strap, you can always make use of your props. Moving those fleshy bits out of the way and sending those arms overhead, reaching forward, gently letting the hands come down. You can also place some pillows in your lap and rest on your pillows. Let's flex the feet here to deepen the stretch. Or if you're looking for a more restorative stretch, allow those feet to splay open, being extra gentle with yourself. Let's take 8 more slow breaths here. Careful not to overdo it. And slowly let's come up. Now we're taking a half a wing, so we're going to extend the right leg and bend the left knee, opening that left just a bit. Now I want you to rotate towards that foot. Before you reach the arms out, palms are facing one another, and then act like you're placing something on the top of the foot as you reach. You can keep the arms here or grab the behind the foot or around the ankle. And breathe. Slowly coming back towards the body, we'll reverse the wing. Arms out, palms facing one another, and reach to place something on the top of the foot. Grab behind the foot or ankle, back of the leg. And slowly coming back. We have one more forward fold with both legs. You may choose to go a little deeper this time or opt for a more restorative stretch. Coming forward. Keep some length in the spine. Feels so good to stretch. Getting your day started off right. And release. Now we're going to cross the legs and bring those arms forward. We're planting the hands and coming back to our tabletop. Now from here, we have one more downward facing dog if it's in your practice. Lift the hips, pedal the feet. And then we're going to walk the feet towards the hands near the front of the mat. We want to hang heavy here. Fingers finding the mat or maybe the front of the legs. Grabbing opposite elbows, little twists. Plant the hands on the shins or front of the thighs. We want to inhale, halfway lift. And let's flatten the back, open the chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Exhale, fold one more time. Soften the knees, arms come out by the side, overhead to prayer and heart center. Now from here, we're coming into mountain pose. Palms are facing me. Float the eyes closed. And take this time to bring your attention to the focus you set for your practice. Tuning into your breath and your body. And choosing what's right for you today. We have a few stretches for the shoulders, and then we'll do some gentle standing poses before we come back down to the mat. So I'm going to turn around so you can get a different perspective here. But what we're doing is bringing the right forearm to the low back here. Then with the left hand, we're grabbing the right wrist. You can stay right here or begin to pull that wrist slightly over to the left. So you'll feel it in the right shoulder. Still keeping your heart open and looking forward, with the option to now bring the right ear towards the right shoulder. Head comes back up. We release that arm, and we're going to repeat on the other side. Maybe bringing the ear towards the shoulder on the left. And releasing. And now we have a few options here. We can place one hand on top of the other near the low back. We can interlace the fingers, or we can take our reverse prayer hands and bring the palms together. Now you'll know right away which one's right for you. Wherever you are, let's open through the heart. Maybe lift the chin slightly. When you're ready, very gently release. And let's imagine you're in a pool of warm water as you twist the upper body side to side. Feeling the water between your fingertips. And let's come near the front of the mat. And we're moving into a warrior one. It can be nice and gentle. What we're going to do is feet are hip distance apart. And we're going to keep our right foot in the front and step back with our left. Now you want enough space between the feet that you can square your hips to me. And that back foot is 45 degrees. Little bend in the front knee. And it helps to touch those hips and square things off. You can keep your hands on your hips if your shoulders are sensitive today, or send those arms up, palms facing one another. Soften the shoulders a little, and breathe. From here, we're moving into cactus arms. Pull the elbows back for me, fingers wide, maybe looking up, and breathe. Send the arms back up, palms facing one another. You have an optional back bend if you'd like here. Arms come down, nice step up. Roll the shoulders loose here. And we'll repeat on the other side. Now the left foot's in front. Step back with the right. The back foot is 45 degrees. Bend the knee in front. Square the hips and send the arms up. Moving into our cactus arms, can you open the heart a little more for me? Looking up. Pull those elbows back. And arms back up. Maybe taking your back bend. Can be small. And a nice step forward. Now from here, we want to take the feet about as wide as the mat. If you have a block nearby, it may be helpful. Not necessary. What we're going to do is bend the knees just a little as we hinge forward and our fingers are finding the mat. Remember, you can bend your knees to get there. This should feel good on the lower back. And then see if you can bring the chin towards the chest. As you then grab opposite elbows, bigger twists side to side, hanging heavy with the upper body, grounded through the heels. Slow it down. Find your floor again. Soften the knees. And we're going to come up one vertebrae at a time, rounding the back. The head is the last thing to come up, and the shoulders come down and back. And we heel toe in. From here, we're going to take a warrior two. So we're stepping near the front of the mat. Right foot's in front. Generous step back with the left. Make sure you've got enough room here so that you can bend the front knee. Let's open the knee in line with the pinky toe. Your hips are facing one wall or the other, depending on where you are in the room. And the arms come out to a T. So I'm going to look across those front fingertips, opening that hip in the front gently, and the back foot is parallel to the front of the mat. We'll take a few more breaths here. Nice and gentle today. We're going to straighten that front leg, heel toe the back foot in a few times, and step forward. We're ready to repeat on the other side. So from the front of the mat here, we've got the left foot in front, big step back with the right, and that back foot is parallel to the front of the mat. Now we want to open that front knee in line with the pinky toe, and our arms are out to a T. Gaze over those front fingertips. We'll take 4 more slow breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll straighten the front leg and heel toe that back foot in a few times, hands on the hips, and step near the front of the mat. Now we have a high lunge next. It is optional, or you can also take a low lunge. And then we are going to head back down towards the mat for some more grounding poses. But I've got my feet hip distance apart. My right foot is in front. Big step back with the left. And this time, The ball of the foot is pressing into the mat and the heel is lifted. Notice my hips are square. So I'm going to stay right here in my high lunge. A little bend in the front knee, it's over the ankle. And I'm sending my arms up. Palms can face one another, or you can be more powerful with the arms. Palms facing me. If you'd like to come into cactus arms, feel free. Maybe even little tiny twists, challenging your balance. Nice and steady. Send those arms back up. And a nice step forward. Kick it out. And we're moving on to the other side. Left foot in front. Big step back with the right. Arms coming up. Or palms facing me. Maybe your cactus arms. Little twists. See how you're doing with your balance today. Not so good here. That's okay. Slow it down. Arms come back up and big step forward. Let's soften the knees. Inhale up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Chin towards the chest. And we're going to plant the hands on either side of the front feet and step back to a down dog. Holding your dog. Lift and lower those heels. And then come down to your tabletop and cross the legs so that you're back in an easy seat. So we're going to stay grounded on the mat for the rest of our practice and take things nice and slow. What I'd like you to do is plant the feet, and very slowly we're going to lower back one vertebrae at a time. So you can count. You can count as you lower back. Finding your way, and maybe hug the knees in towards the chest, shifting side to side. Massaging the low back feels good here. Now we're going to hug the right knee in and plant that left foot. You can also send that left leg down onto the mat. And from here, we're making big circles in one direction. And the other. Circle the other way. Get our friend out of the room. Pardon me. Hug that right knee in. Maybe the left foot is planted. And then we set that right foot down. So we've got both knees bent. And we're taking a breath. Shoulders are resting. Arms are resting and palms are up. And we're going to move into a half happy baby on the right. So we lift the right leg up, top of the foot towards the ceiling. Then we wrap the hand around the outside of the right foot, bringing the knee closer to the floor and feeling a nice stretch here. Take your time. And gently release, bring that foot down. We're going to repeat that series on the other side. So now we hug the left knee in, Maybe the right leg comes down. We take big circles out. Four more here. And let's reverse that circle 8 times. And 4. Plant the right foot and set the left foot down, moving into that half happy baby on this side. So the top of the foot towards the ceiling, hand around the outside of the foot, knee coming close to the floor, gently settling into the stretch. And when you're ready, releasing that foot back down. And we're gonna hug the knees in one more time, but this time it may feel good to lift the head and bring it towards the knees. Nice stretch down the back of the body. And release it down. Maybe shift the knees a little side to side. And from here, we're going to come into supported tree pose. So we are bringing the right leg down towards the mat and allowing that foot to splay open. The left foot is planted, and when you're ready, we're very gently going to open that left knee and plant the foot beside the shin here. So you'll feel a gentle opening on that left side. You can always put a block or a towel or a blanket underneath if you need some support and you want to more softly settle in. Otherwise, we're going to rest here in our supported tree. Scan the body and notice any areas of tension or any adjustments that you may need to make to be comfortable here. Soften the jaw. Palms are up. And rest. Notice if you can relax and release tension from the legs, ankles, and feet. We'll take 10 more breaths. And then when you're ready, we're going to plant that left foot and bring the knee back up towards the ceiling. Then very slowly, we're going to reverse our tree. Extend the other leg. Plant the right foot and allow that right knee to slowly open. You may need to soften the chin or jaw again. Working with your breath. Sinking deeper into the mat and allowing the hip to very gently open. Ten more slow breaths with me. And then when you're ready, we're going to plant that right foot and bring the knee back up. And plant the left foot, walking the heels a little closer to the body. You may need to roll onto one side and grab your block. Then meet me back on your back. Heels planted. Walking them closer to the body. We're moving into a bridge or a supported bridge. So when you're ready, bring that block into your hand or nearby. Press the palms and arms into the mat as we lift those hips up. Knees staying hip distance apart. And then we can slide that block under the body for some support here. Find the spot that's right for you, where your low back can be happy and supported. Experiment with the position. Our goal here is to get our hips higher than our heart. So whatever you've found is perfect. You've got a few different height options on the block. Or for more of a challenge and an active pose, you can slide that block aside and lift those hips up. And whenever you're ready, we'll gently remove the block and lower the body down. Press the low back into the mat. And then let's hug the knees in towards the chest. Little twist side to side. And we have time here for a supine twist. So what we're going to do is bring the arms out to a T. And then very gently we're lowering the knees to the right and shifting the gaze to the left. Now I'm skipping the twists today, but I'm walking you through it. So when you're ready, knees over to the right and gaze to the left. Being kind with your body and patient with yourself. Then the knees slowly come back in towards center. Maybe hugging them one more time before we set up for the other side. So now we're lowering the knees to the left and shifting the gaze to the right. Knees coming back to center. Little rock one more time. And we have room for any final stretches you'd like to take here. So maybe your full happy baby, an inversion or another twist, legs up or open. Stay here as long as you'd like. And then in your time, we are settling into our final resting and relaxation pose. Take your time. I like to bring the knees together and walk the feet open first, checking in with my low back, making sure I'm comfortable, then lowering down right and left onto the mat. Now from here, let's take a scan of the body, starting at the top of the head as we soften the forehead, the chin and the jaw, relaxing the neck and the shoulders, the arms, wrists, and hands. Maybe circle the wrists, open and close, making some fists, and releasing those hands down onto the floor, palms are up. Soften through the core, release the hips and the bottom, soften the thighs, warm energy down the legs, melting away the tension in the ankles and tops of the feet. Maybe you want to point and flex the feet, and then allow them to gently open and release. Notice the breath moving through the body. And now I'd like to invite you to join me on a walk into a beautiful garden. So you'll stay right where you are. And join me in picturing yourself coming to an iron garden gate. You place your hand on the gate and it opens with ease as you step into this magical garden paradise. So much thought and care has gone into the design of this garden. There's lush greens of every color, deep green and bright green. There are fountains with running water. You tune in and listen to the sounds around you. And in the distance, you notice a bronze sculpture that captures your eye. I want you to look at that sculpture. Notice the beautiful lines, the detail that went in to every feature on that sculpture. Pay attention to what that sculpture looks like. Is it a beautiful figure, a strong warrior, a majestic creature, anything in between. And continue walking along the garden path. Notice if it's cobblestone or travertine, limestone, or anything else. Are you barefoot or do you have your shoes on? Are you comfortable? And as you walk by a beautiful pond, let's dip the fingers in the water and then notice if there are any koi fish in that pond. Look at their bright colors, maybe cheerful orange or cool silver, deep black, bright white. And now pay attention to the rose bushes along the perimeter of the fence. Notice the climbing roses and the different colors, sweet peachy colors, bright yellows, deep romantic reds, and new hybrid colors, maybe lavender, light pink, white and blush. Get closer to one of those roses and bring in that aroma that's intoxicating. Notice if there are any other creatures here in the garden, maybe a sparrow or a bird, some doves, butterflies, caterpillars, little ants, whatever you may see. Take a moment to admire the beauty of nature and all of creation. And then off into the distance, you may see that there's a cozy hammock or a comfortable chair just waiting for you to get comfortable. Have a seat, feel the breeze kissing your face. Maybe pull a book out of your bag and stay here as long as you'd like, reading your favorite passages or a new novel or story. Knowing that this garden is a safe and private place for you to rest and recover after a busy day. Stay in the garden as long as you'd like. When you're ready, bring your attention back to your surroundings and the room that you're in. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes or move the head side to side. Turning onto one side to rest the head on the arm, and then very slowly coming up to your easy seat. Bringing hands to heart center. Pressing the thumbs in towards your heart and taking a small bow. Thank you for joining me for this gentle yoga practice today. I hope you enjoyed your time here. Take these good feelings with you as you step off the mat and make your way through your day. Remembering that intention and being a blessing to yourself and others. Always remembering that every day, in every way, you are getting stronger and stronger and better and better. Namaste.